Welcome back to English B language class. We are in the midst of discussing the part of speech verb. We have just done the introduction part of the topic auxiliary verbs. We are going to explore the main part of the primary auxiliary or tense auxiliary verbs today. As always, here are a few points for you to note. Recalling the previous lesson, primary or tense auxiliary verbs in detail, a scrap of the classroom discussion and the conclusion. Here is the highlight of what we discussed in the previous language class. The three verbs be, do and have are known as primary auxiliaries when they are used to help other full verbs in making progressive forms, passive voice forms, and in case of do and have one extra, making the verbs negative. Let us visit a language class. The teacher is explaining the primary auxiliary verbs. Listen to the teacher's voice. Let us continue our discussion on the topic auxiliary verbs. There are two types of auxiliary verbs, primary and modal. Sometimes they are simply called auxiliaries and modals. We are going to take up primary auxiliary or tense auxiliary now. See the screen. You can see a set of sentences. Number 1, be prompt in answering. Number 2, be quick. Number 3, be quiet please. 4, be sincere in your duties. Number 5, be obedient to your tradition and culture. Number 6, be and make. Number 7, be a heartful man. You have just seen the set of sentences. What are these sentences according to expression? Neil said these are imperative sentences, aren't they? You are right. The verb be at the beginning of each sentence is a full verb. It is not helping any verb. What we observe here is that be is used in commands like go there, march ahead, etc. Okay? But when the verb be is used in statements, it takes the other forms of it. They are am, is, are in singular form and was and were in plural form. See the examples. a student in the RKM. Jolly is our class teacher. He is from England. We are devoted to him for his teaching style. He is very punctual. He is very strict but loving. He is very young and energetic. He was in London 10 years ago. We were then just kids, isn't it? Joy, what sentences are they according to expression? Sir, all these sentences are statements. They are also called declarative or assertive sentences. Right. Is there any question in this part, boys? No, sir. We have very clearly understood this part. So, let us proceed to the next. Here is a paragraph in which two boys are getting ready to listen to the speech of their headmaster on the radio. See the paragraph. I am tuning the radio and my friend is connecting it to the loudspeaker. We are going to hear a speech. Our headmaster is speaking on the radio. We are listening to the speech attentively. He is speaking on value education. He is trying to inculcate in us certain values. We are not going to miss a single word of the speech. See another paragraph. We are learning auxiliary verbs. Our teacher is explaining this to us. We are getting a clear idea of the subject. The teacher is giving us a lot of examples. All my friends were getting the topic clearly, but only I was facing some problems in understanding the topic first. But now I too am learning this subject as fast as the others in the class. Neil, you have observed the be verb in the paragraph just seen on the screen. How have they been used? Sir, they have all been used as helping verbs. They are helping the main verbs in making progressive tenses. The be verbs like am, is, are, was, or were do not have any meaning of their own in these sentences. They are just helping the main verbs there to make the progressive forms. You have a clear understanding of the part discussed now. See another paragraph. It's a conversation between two friends, Victor and Nelson. Everybody was allowed to join the Google Meet class earlier, but nowadays only a sincere student is permitted to join the class. By the way, we were given a task yesterday. Is it intimated to you? Yes, but am I allowed to join, Victor? You are allowed to join if your task is done. But Robin is allowed today. Yes, he is allowed to join because he has done his task. See, we were allowed to join the class at any time of the period earlier, but it is not at all permitted these days. You are allowed if you are in time, okay? Sam, you have just noted the dialogue between Victor and Nelson. What is the function of the various forms of the verb be here? Sir, the various forms of the be verb have been used in making the passive construction. They do not have any meaning of their own in these sentences. So, what we have seen in the two paragraphs is that the be verb in its various forms has been used to make progressive tenses and passive forms. The verb be has no meaning of its own, okay? Let us discuss the rest of the primary or tense auxiliary verbs. See the script. Number 1. I did asanas with my guide's instruction earlier. Number 2. Nowadays, he does nothing to help me. Number 3. It does more good than harms in a way. Number 4. I do them sincerely. Number 5. I do practice of breathing in and out. Number 6. I do asanas every day. What is the function of the verb do in these sentences? Did? Sir, the verb do with its other forms does and did has been used as full verb here. What does do mean here, Robin? Sir, it means perform or carry out some action. Am I correct, sir? You are right. So, in these sentences, the verb do with its other forms does and did is used as a full verb and means perform or carry out some action that Robin has just said. What gave you the clue? It is very simple, sir. In each sentence, there is only one verb. No question of helping verbs. In case of a combined verb like is doing, was doing, or am doing, is done, was done, is being done, etc., there is the question of helping verb. Am I right, sir? You are right. If there is a question of helping verb, there must be two verbs, one main verb and the other one the helping verb. So, we have enjoyed a beautiful explanation of the auxiliary verb in the language class. I will tell you a story in this connection in the next class. This much is for today. We will be back with the remaining part of the primary auxiliary verb in our next class.